time to call your lawyer.
That's it. Time to call our lawyer and friend, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Maybe today is the day we get your question answered. We're certainly going to ask him one of your submitted questions. And then in just a couple of moments, I'll tell you how to submit a question for a future broadcast. It's Ask the Lawyer. Kicks Country 92.9 with Bruce L. Scheiner. And a little bit of advice before we get to Bruce's advice. Please remember what you're about to hear is not specific advice for your situation. Always, always, always consult with a professional on your specific situation. If you've got something going on legal in your life that needs help, then make an appointment. Many attorneys offer a free consultation. I know Bruce L. Scheiner certainly does. That's worth taking advantage of. And here's some advice that you can use in your everyday life. Never sign anything or say anything before talking to a professional because you could accidentally give away your rights. Don't do that. So let's make welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, and see what he thinks of today's legal brain teaser. Good morning, Bruce. How are you today?
I'm doing very well.
Good. Well, we have another question. Seems like folks have all kinds of problems all over the legal spectrum that they need some kind of assistance with. So if you don't mind, we're going to pick your brain a little bit again this morning.
I'm ready.
All right. Here's what the question says. My 14-year-old daughter was having problems with some of her classes at school, and it was recommended by the school counselor that they arrange for her to get some tutoring after classes at the school. What we didn't know is the school hires an outside company for tutors. Well, our daughter came home in tears and told us she was sexually assaulted by her tutor. We contacted the police, and they arrested the tutor. Needless to say, my daughter's been severely traumatized and is going to need extensive therapy and other mental health assistance. The school has been avoiding taking responsibility, and we are incurring significant expenses. Can we sue the school? Certainly one of the big parental nightmares, you got to admit. What do you advise in a situation like this?
Well, there's two things. Not only can you sue the school, but more importantly, they could sue the tutoring company.
Okay.
A matter of fact, we have a case that's very similar to that's pending right now. And we not only sued the school board, but we sued the tutoring company. And of course, we sued the tutor that committed the sexual acts, but that doesn't help you at all because he doesn't have anything. And in our case, the guy's in the state lockup for the rest of his life, which is where he belongs.
Sure.
But there's two things. Number one, when you have a claim against the school board, it's like a claim against the county or the state. You have to give them 6 months notice in writing before you could file a lawsuit.
Oh, that's right. We've heard this. We've talked about that before. Right.
And number two is that the school board, being a sovereign, is only liable for up to $200,000. However, there is no limit of the amount that the tutoring company is responsible for. And in our case, they have a very sizable insurance policy. So, the first thing to do is to get a very reputable personal injury attorney and talk to them. And these sexual assault cases, for some reason, are becoming much more common, and they, pop up in all different settings. It's a big thing. It's a big thing with the church. It's a big thing with coaches in college. It's a big thing with, school, doctors' offices, therapists. I mean, it's really a very big problem today.
Well, I think also we tend to think of seeking the advice of a personal injury attorney for something like a slip and fall, if you will, or a car accident, that kind of thing. But there are all kinds of ways that we can be injured in which a personal injury attorney can help.
And this is much worse than a physical injury.
You can heal the broken bone, generally speaking, but this is something that goes a lot deeper.
That's correct.
All right, Bruce. Well, I certainly hope this young lady's parents get some help and start moving forward with what they need. Obviously, she will need the emotional, mental support moving forward. That's not cheap, and so let's get it for her. Thank you so much for weighing in on this subject this morning.
Thank you, Todd. It's another very interesting question.
Well, I look forward to talking to you next week.
Me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, and tell you how to make sure that your question gets in for consideration on a future installment of Ask the Lawyer. All you have to do is go to the website, kickscountry929.com. Look for Bruce L. Scheiner on the homepage. It's very easy to spot, and then just let us know what's going on. You notice we have to give personal information, so you include as much or as little information as you're comfortable with, and understand that any personal information you give will not be shared with the audience at large. Also, if you have something going on that you want some more immediate attention on, call Bruce L. Scheiner's office today in Port Charlotte. The number's 941-743-7777. You can tell, I think anyway, from our conversations over the years with Bruce Scheiner, he and his staff are also equally very caring people. And they do care about the result of your case, not just the dollars and cents, that yours made as whole as you can possibly be made. They do want to talk to you. They will set aside some time for you as soon as possible. So call this number in Port Charlotte, 941-743-7777 for a free consultation. And as always, be sure to tell them that I sent you, Todd Matthews from Kicks Country 92.9, 941-743-7777.